It's ugly out there in politics. Now, there was a time that I used to be a fan of Donald Trump. I'm no longer a fan of Donald Trump. However, for conscience sake and for truth's sake, it is utterly amazing how that Hillary Clinton, Team Clinton, whoo, boy, they just about started a cold war with Russia by lying on Donald Trump and all of this Russian stuff all over just kept going. And the news media, especially CNN, ran with it, hook, line, and sinker. I tell you. So, we lose an election, and we're so bitter, Hillary Clinton, that we lost the election, that we're going to push this Russian probe stuff, even though it was fake news, false news. We're going to do that at the expense of the American people because we're a bunch of spoiled, rich brats. You mean to tell me, I want to see if CNN going to come out. You know, the one thing about me, social, political, economics, whatever it is. Now, you ain't never heard me talk about this Russian probe with Donald Trump because I didn't believe it. Now, we go to the Colin Kaepernick era or him calling the NFL players a bunch of SOBs. Now, I have a problem with that because I know what's being said, and I'm not about to just cover up stuff and gloss over stuff and act like it didn't happen when, in fact, it did happen, and it came from his heart because it came out of his mouth. I pay close attention to what comes out of people's mouth because it comes from their heart. But I tell you what, Donald Trump has been vindicated because he said it was fake news all along. And guess what? It is shown to be fake news. Now, my question is this. You see, we would have a good news source in this country, and there will be a good people in this country if we didn't play favoritisms. If we called it right down the line, just like it is. I mean, yesterday I made a video when I was out wondering why that out of the 4 soldiers that got killed over there in Niger, 1 of them was black, 3 of them was white, but only the black soldier was highlighted. Only the black soldier was politicized. Only the black soldier was publicized. It's you see, when you wrong, you wrong. That's all there is to it. When you're right, you're right. And if you wrong, what is the big deal and what's the problem about admitting when you were wrong? And then you can go be right. There's no hit or pun against your character. I mean, after all, politics and the rest of this stuff is full of strategy, lies, visceral emotion. It ain't going to do nothing to your pride or your character, to admit that when you're wrong. You understand what I mean? I admit that I was wrong about Trump concerning his attitude towards black people. I mean, you cannot dress up what comes out of here in any way, shape, fashion, or form. And I realize that America is quick to go rush to his aid and stuff. Some of them. But the majority of American is not. Now, does that make me wrong? No. There are a lot of things concerning politicians that they do is right and they do is wrong. And it is wrong that the Clintons would sit up there and risk a cold war with Russia and use mainstream news media, mainly MSNBC, Morning Joe, and CNN, Anderson Cooper, Don Lemon. Man, I tell you, think about this, American public. These corporations are something else. They don't care nothing about us. I mean, again, the government don't owe me nothing because he got classified information, non-classified information. But I would like to know why in the hell we over in Niger when I know that the main thrust is the Congo. Now that I do know. But anyway, man, I tell you, can you imagine that you care so much about you, yourself, and your own self and your own thing that you will lie on the President of the United States and be willing to thrust us into a cold war simply because you eating a bunch of sour grapes from the loss of an election? Man, it's sad. It's just flat out sad. And the sad part about it, Hillary Clinton paid someone named Dozier for this stuff. Boy, I wonder, all you people that claim to be Democratic now, what are you going to say now? I'm going to be watching and listening for all these Democrat news sources. I'm going to see if they're going to come down on Hillary Clinton. You see, people are so fickle in this generation. Most of you don't even know how to be a friend. You know, what if your friend done something that was unjust? Would you actually go to them? Or would you attack someone else for exposing the injustice of your friend and defend your friend at all costs, thereby taking a bribe? Or would you rebuke and reprove and correct your friend and hope that they will turn? I mean, is that not real true love? What in the world have we got going? You mean tell me that we have undying loyalty and commitment towards a lot of people today simply because we pick and choose that we're going to love them more than anything? I don't care how right or wrong that they are. You know, this country called America is sincerely suffering from a moral deficit. Really, we have a moral deficit, unbelievable. Our morality is all but shot and gone. I mean, really, it's sad what I've seen this country come to in these 50-something years I've been living here on this earth. It's very, very sad now, and I have no confidence whatsoever at all for the next generation coming behind me. I have none whatsoever at all. I can only imagine what it's going to be like by the time I get 60 and 70 years old. I can only imagine.